Oh, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Here, first I want to show you, working on a project here. Solar. I'm learning solar, how solar works and how to make it work, and see how I can make it benefit me. And let's see, I'll come back for that. What I want to talk about is what I want to talk about is rich folk and how they got so much money. Yes, and I think rich folk having money concerns some people. Now, I think it's personally, I think it's kind of funny that somebody, because I've talked about jealousy, and so being jealous is one of the things that makes people concerned. Why some people have the money and they don't, and really, what it is, and this is what I find odd. You know, I've been when I'm outside the United States, I don't really check the news. I don't watch the news, and what news I do see is internet news. And so what happens when I got here in the States, I'm watching the news, and I was shocked. Sorry, I don't want to talk political stuff, but I kind of have to. This is one of these things. I was shocked that Hillary Clinton is a candidate for president from the Democratic Party. I was totally shocked. And then to find out her and Trump were kind of running neck to neck, and I'm thinking, boy, what is going on? I'm sure I'm missing something. I'm sure I am. Like I say, I thought she was a candidate for prison. There's a lot of stuff that the Clintons have done since I don't even know when it started, and it's not like they've calmed down. It just kind of keeps going. And I didn't know, is there a limit? You mean the corruption in the United States is so bad that it's going to ignore complete criminals and criminal activity? Because it's not just the Clintons. I mean, the corrupt system has made it how do you say, possible for the Clintons to do like this. And then the Democratic Party backs this up also. I'm thinking, isn't there somebody that's got a little bit of morals? It doesn't take much. And I think we've got a big shortage of morals going on here in the United States. And then it's not even like I'm a Trump supporter, because, like I say, to me, it's hard to support anybody until you get the corruption taken care of. And personally, the way it looks, if we're going to say, well, we need to look for somebody that's got some kind of values, and then you're going to be looking at Trump to be the president, and he's going to clean things up. He's going to have to do it kind of like a sheriff does. If his county is plagued with violence and criminal activity, the sheriff is going to be mean and nasty, and he's going to have to kick ass to get things cleared up. Now, can Trump do that? I don't know, but that's not the point. The point is, there's so I think there's so much corruption going on that I don't think he's going to be elected. And one thing I have noticed is the what do you call it? The Electoral College. It looks like that's the ones that are going to be making the choice, not the people. So now we're right back to, okay, now why are we voting? And there's been signs of that already. Bush already went through all this stuff. There's a lot of strange things going on, and I think it's funny how, like on Trump, now, because he just, like I say, I don't even know how they're neck to neck, because they're not even in the same game as far as I'm concerned. But now they say, well, okay, he's women. He chases women. He does these things to women, and then he molests women. He does all this kind of stuff. And the funny thing is, he just started all that here about a month before election. Before that, he never did that. He doesn't have a history of that, as far as I know. There's no. You would think that somebody would bring up something. They did with the Clinton. They bring it up, and like I say, some idiots ignore all this stuff. So hey, but there's nothing to ignore because there wasn't anything brought up in the first place. Not ready to go out, and but the thing is, and then they why? Don't act like that. And here, I better put you on pause here. And so, I say, if they can't get him for the women, and I say there's people that, and this is what I thought, and it would take somebody like him, way financially, to try to do something, and that is using money to make corrections. Because right now it's been the money that has been causing all the corruption. That's why all the politicians, the choices they make, the way they vote, the regulations, and all this kind of stuff is all based on their abilities to financially get ahead. And so it. But what's odd is there's even people that don't like Trump because he's got money, and that's what makes me think. Now the thing is, I do, in my mind anyway, I believe some people measure their happiness on money. We talked about this before. How much money does it take? You look at your investments and you gauge your happiness on the investments that you have. You want more and more investments and all this kind of stuff to get more and more money. That's where that comes from. And this is what I talk about using gold and silver, because after you get a certain amount of gold and silver, and I don't know what that certain amount is, it's different for everybody, and that worth is right there. You see the worth, you touch that worth, so you know you have worth, and when you get to a certain point, then you can change your focus on the other things that are more fun than accumulating worth. And I've even talked about that. I started, $20 a month. I would buy some gold and silver, learning how to do it, and accumulating and accumulating. And then I just stayed in the habit of continually buying something every month, and it just continues to grow. And some months I still, even now, sometimes I don't buy too much. Maybe $50. I still don't buy much sometimes. But like I say, I've got other places to spend my money now. And so what I'm saying is, the rich people, when you blame rich people of your lack of financial worth, you're doing yourself a misjustice. Because if you take personal responsibility, you can start doing that stuff yourself. Like I say, working smart, we all have 24 hours a day. And what are you going to do with that 24 hours? Every time you're sitting in front of the TV, you're using up some of that 24 hours. So you're limiting some of the stuff that you're going to be capable of doing in the way of work. And so when it comes to rich people is not the problem for the United States. Matter of fact, it's the rich, or the chance, if we work smart, we can become one of the rich people. That's what made the United States so great. And you always hear, there's a lot of people, I don't know if Trump's one of them, but there's a lot of people that have made money and lost it, and made money and lost it, and made money and lost it. They do it over and over again. Even me, I've done it twice. So, and like I say, I wasn't smart the first time. I didn't work smart. And this is what happens. And then the second time, it just falls under, shit is the fan, or shit happens. So, and I'm able to work out of it from that. So, but I was working smarter the next time. And so, and like I say, so there's ways we can do this without looking for excuses. Looking for excuses, you'll never reach it. You have to take personal responsibility and think smart. And you can be as rich as you want to be if you're in the United States. I've even seen it done in Guatemala. So it is possible. And like I say, their education system in Guatemala stops people from being rich. And I think that's what's going on here in the United States. That's why we're seeing less rich people, is because the education system is teaching people how to do what they're told instead of how to think. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.